There's a baby in the back. There's a baby in the back. There's a little baby right back there. If like move the camera like this. Hey, it's going towards the baby. I think I'm gonna take my camera down from up here. It's freaking dangerous, dude. All right, what's up, everybody? Let's go full screen. Wow. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to another show of a broadcast of a thing that we do here on the internet. Oh, it's Friday. Welcome to Friday, everybody. It's almost the end of the day for most people out there, so welcome to the end of Friday. Are we getting excited because it's almost the end of the month? We've got Crystal Shack Aquatics reminding us to do our inventory, which I don't have to do inventory, you guys. I'm sorry, I just don't, but I do have to itemize all of my tax nonsense and send that off for preparation. So I understand. I'm equally as discouraged as you right now, I'm sure, doing your inventory, because I'm like, oh my God, I have so much stuff to compile and send off for taxes this year. Not the worst thing in the world, not a big complaint, but, you know, it's going to be one of those things where I compile all that stuff, put it all together, and then give money away and then be sad. But moving on to 2019, there's no real reason to be sad. We got a beautiful baby that was dancing around in the background with my lovely spouse, Vicky Toria, who have left now. They've left now. But who knows? Maybe we'll be able to lure them back. I don't know. We have a kind of a short show today, so we're going to try and go quick and feisty and get our information in and out of the stream here quickly. We only have about an hour, and then I've got to take a shower because we have the first date night, Vicky and I, in 9 weeks or something like that. So we're going to go eat some Thai food and see a movie. That's what we're going to do. Then we're going to come back here, be really tired, and take care of the baby for the rest of the night. That's how it goes in this world, you guys. That's just how it goes in this world. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because it's Friday. And we all have to do some Friday stuff. And, you know, it's not like we're going out on New Year's Eve or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are going to go out on New Year's Eve and do your party thing and yell and watch the ball drop. I'm going to be asleep because I got to get ready for work the next day. Speaking of work the next day, let's speak for just a second about work and work-related things. As you guys know, I do some work for the Aquarium Co-op. If you don't know who Aquarium Co-op is, I don't know how you could possibly watch this channel and not know who the Aquarium Co-op is. But as you guys know, I do some part-time work for our boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, up in the north end here at the Aquarium Co-op. And I just wanted to remind you guys that the Aquarium Co-op is our affiliate sponsor. So is that confusing to most people? Probably. It's probably confusing, but the way that works is like, you know, I tell you about stuff, and if you feel like you want to buy it from the Aquarium Co-op, you can, right? You just buy it through this affiliate link right here, and then it just says I was the guy that sent you over there. Just how it works. So, you know, if you guys were already going to buy something, then there you go. Now, if you happen to go through that portal right there, one thing on the same vein of what I was talking about, our affiliate sponsor, the Aquarium Co-op, Corey actually has everything on sale right now until New Year's. So you have 3 days, and use that code I put into the chat right there. Inventory 15, and you will get 15% off. It does not matter what you put in that cart, whether it be ONIP tabs, Fluval 3.0 lights, filters, sponges, whatever. Whatever you guys want, 15% off before the end of the year. Because I see people in the chat talking about inventory. That's what it's all about. I know that whatever business you own in the United States, if you are carrying inventory into the next year, you have to pay taxes on it. And here's the deal. Corey's like, hey, man, why would I want to pay taxes on something? So I might as well just give you guys the savings. So there you go. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Plain and simple, and I think that that's a pretty fair deal for everybody. Might as well try and get something in before the end of the year, before all these like tariffs and all this crazy nonsense that's going on as far as like purchasing stuff next year goes. Honestly, I do have that is on my mind a little bit right now, because I'm realizing that. So, as you guys know, the computer exploded. We do have the new computer here, and not to get too deep into computer talk again, but my editing computer blew up. Like, it's just kapooey, and that sucks. So I'm going to see what I can do to possibly, resurrect that thing. But I brought my tech buddy down, and we messed with everything on it that we could. And we kind of just expelled our ability. We used up our ability. And we got to the point that we know that the CPU in it is dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take that motherboard over and see if maybe they have a cheap CPU that they can put in there. I tried to buy one, and they said they didn't have one, but I think they have one for their test bench. And see if like the motherboard's alive and all that, and maybe if they could find a cheap CPU for it, because my initial plan was to build this computer anyhow. I was just going to wait until next year because a bunch of new technology is going to get released in January. So I was assuming prices are going to drop because of the new year, like that normally happens. But now I'm kind of wondering if maybe the tariffs will push the prices up, but I don't know. Anyhow, the reason that applies, and the reason that I'm talking about this anyhow, is because I might have to order the parts before the end of the year, which is fine, but I'm trying to fit that in, and I'm realizing that there's only 3 days left. And the reason I was going to build a new editing computer, my old editing computer was starting to just get real tired. It's been running a marathon, and it was starting to get tired. So I was going to do that, but I was going to use my editing computer as my... So as you guys know, I have 2 computers in here. One that I use for like email and all that kind of stuff. And then, I do all my email and all those kinds of things over there. And, I keep like my tax stuff and things like that over there. But that computer is just so tired. I was going to use my editing computer and move it over and have it take over the duties for that one. But it's just... So I'm going to see what happens. I don't know. We're kind of at that point right now. I'm going to take it over there to the shop, see what they got, and then that would be pretty cool. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. MP says i7 all the way. No way, man. Threadripper all the way. And, I've been running some tests on the new computer here, and I will tell you that today's video, which we're about to go to here in a second, because I said earlier this is kind of a short version of the show. We're going to go over there in just a second and check out that video. Let me know what it looks like to you, because we managed to render that video in 7 minutes and 13 seconds with color grading, with LUT filters, with motion, basically with track motion, and speed ramping. So I like sped it up, I slowed it down, I did all that stuff. Like I did everything that would normally slow down creating a video and then rendering it into a video, other than audio. But as you guys know, like audio doesn't take up that much space. It just really doesn't, especially in comparison to even 1080 HD, obviously 4K, 8K, that kind of stuff. Like it's not, the audio does nothing compared to those giant files. So, that's the only thing that I didn't have on there. And honestly, it rendered down in 7 minutes, 13 seconds, which is pretty phenomenal. That is crazy. And pretty cool. Candy Overhauls just posted the Patreon in the chat. If you guys want to go over and check out the Patreon page, that's how this, between, affiliate links, me working, digging holes and doing electrical and doing carpentry work and all that kind of stuff. That's how we fund it. So it's you guys and it's me and we come together and we try to make the thing happen. The Patreon page is kind of the best place, I think. It gives kind of a good explanation of what's up, like how we're able to do these live streams and occupy even just the time and the money that goes into everything and stuff. And I just want to say a big thank you. The big thank you will be coming up on Monday, I think, for the Patreon deal, because I think that Monday is New Year's Eve. Yeah, so let me save that. I'm going to save that for Monday. And the Patreon questions, I'm going to be answering all of those on Monday. Sort of an end-of-the-year thing. I'm going to try to do some end-of-the-year stuff for y'all and see how it goes. Speaking of Candy Overhauls, it was Candy Overhaul's birthday yesterday, and I was listening to... oh, man. It's John's channel. KG Tropicals, that's what it is. I was listening to John and Lisa's channel, and somebody had super chatted, and John did not sing happy birthday. But we actually had 2 birthdays yesterday, which I found out this morning, and my big apologies to Mellow Moogle for not knowing it was your birthday. I never know when it's anybody's birthday, basically. These days, I kind of have to just leave it up to YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook. I pretty much just have to leave it up to Facebook to know whose birthday it is, because I don't know, it's next level. Like, my phone is kind of at the point where I have to delete a contact if I'm going to add an you know what I mean? It's just kind of nuts. Luckily, I have a lot of old contacts in there, so I can just get rid of those. But so just trying to remember everybody's birthday, it's a little bit crazy. But I was watching that live stream, and I realized that John did not want to sing happy birthday. And, that's lacking, right? So, you just got to remember the words are pretty simple. It's happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh, do I have to sing it just as bad as I could possibly sing it? Happy birthday to you. Woo! Mellow Moogle and Candy yesterday, right? I mean, I guess I could actually sing it, but then I feel like if I'm actually singing on here to myself into a camera, looking at myself, I don't know, it doesn't get much more vain than that. I think it's just super weird to be and actually singing. I don't know. Vicky had the TV on earlier today, and there was somebody on there singing opera on a day show, whatever the day show was we were watching. And I just realized, the vanity of singers sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just so weird. And there's, the guy playing the piano behind her, oh, yeah. Oh, you hit it. You hit it. Oh, it's so good. And I was just I don't understand what's happening right now. And I bet you there's got to be somebody out there that feels just as uncomfortable as I am when somebody's, seriously singing, one-on-one, right? Victoria... Victoria, I love you. And it's dark outside and it's cold in my pants. Right? How does that song go? I don't know. I've never heard that song before. Anyhow, so happy birthday to you guys. And, hard time, John. You just sing. It's fine. It's the internet. Just, it's all good. But happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to Candy. Happy birthday to Mellow Moogle. And whoever else's birthday is, I have no idea. I got dad brain now. We're new parents, and I'm tired. I have this crazy, look in my eye often as I wander around, wondering what day or time it is. But it's good. You know, I know that the real Olivia was just here, but there she is right there when she was real tiny. That's my hand, by the way. And I don't have very big hands, you know what I mean? You know, I don't have big giant hands. I just don't. But it's good for rock climbing though, I'll tell you that. Anyhow, moving on. Chad Krotz with a $10 super chat saying hi to Olivia. Well, congrats. You don't necessarily have to super chat to say hi to Olivia. We can always just say hi for free, right? And by the way, hey, I appreciate super chats, you guys. I appreciate all that kind of stuff. Like I really do, like funding the show and doing stuff and, you know, getting new equipment and being able to fix things and, you know, computers explode and I'm not like having a what's the word? Oh, what's that thing called when you hey babe? What's that thing called? It's not a nervous breakdown. Panic attack. Panic attack. You know, I'm not having a panic attack in life when I do realize that, you know, there's a lot of cool people that show up and, you know, like chip into the pot and try and increase this thing. And I do realize that, you know, 2019 is coming and I definitely am planning on, making some changes, and we're definitely getting closer to being able to make some of the changes to the channel and things that I want to do. I do, you know, Vicky and I were having a long talk about it today. You know, just kind of discussing like what the future is and like what our production is going to look like and you know, how I'm going to be able to play into it and stuff like that. You know, like how am I going to be able to play into what I want to produce and like what I want my final product to be like. And I think I'm excited to do some more longer stuff. Nathan Coe does 89 watching and only 12 likes. Well, we're down to 85 watching because they come and they go. There's, you know, there's a lot of people that get the notification and they tune in and then they're like, oh, it's just this weirdo talking again. And then they got to go, you know, like, which is fine. I'm not telling you you should stay here for the whole entire show. That's hardly even my gig, you know? I'm pretty much here for, you know, whoever. Where did my stupid... Oh, there it is. It's right there. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Where's my little readout thing? Oh, the curve is just going up, 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 and then drop back down. Okay. I probably freaked people out with my bad singing or whatevs. Mark Dibble says, cool people, thanks for the shout out. Well, hey, what's up, Mark? Good to hear from you. Preston John is here, Mr. Puff Daddy himself. That is right. Like, he's the new Puff Daddy, because I think Puff Daddy changed his name to something super weird. I mean, as if Puff Daddy isn't actually that weird if you think about it just in its own space, right? MP says, we all spend thousands of dollars on fish tanks, therefore we all are all weirdos. Yeah, I will agree on that. That's for sure. That I would definitely put myself right into that weirdo category, and I definitely spend thousands of dollars on fish tanks. I mean, one of the tanks that we got out there this year was over $1,000, so that's good, right? I never thought I would actually be able to buy a new acrylic tank. I don't know. Maybe it's been a while since I had that thought, but it actually had that thought that like I would never even be able to buy a new acrylic tank. I would always just have to buy a used one and then try and figure it out. But we somehow scraped it together this year, and Vicky got one of them too, so we have 2 brand new tanks out there, which is dope. None of the video today is from any of the new tanks, but I will tell you, I think I have a new favorite plant. And I don't know where else to get it other than Dennerley, which I got it from Dennerley. I don't know where else to get it, so I'll keep you guys posted on that. I should definitely get some for Bentley, though. Once I've got enough propagated, I think I'll bring some over and drop it off at Bentley's house when he's asleep. When he's asleep and he's not paying attention, I'm gonna sneak in there and I'm gonna plant his aquariums, which would be fun. Christian Varberg Christian. Am I saying that right? Varberg. Okay, there we go. I'm close. I'm probably way off, but I feel like I'm close. So let's just go with that. It says, hey, can I ask you, do you think an FX6 is good for a 500 liter? Okay, hold on a second. We got to go to... Oh, that's a good point, Alyssa. 500 liter or 500 long? Oh, and he just... 500L. Is that 500 liters? Liter of cola? Hold on. Let me look this up. 500 liters... to gallons. Boop. That's 132 gallons. Yes. If it's a 500 liter aquarium, I would, which is I guess roughly 130 US gallons. I would say an FX6 is plenty for that. I you know, in my personal opinion, I think an FX6 is probably pretty good up until about you hit 230 or 200 gallons. I think you hit about a 200 gallon tank, then you might want to start thinking about a bigger solution, something, you know, yeah, just going to make something bigger is not a very good explanation. Sorry about that. I think you would want more filtration for something larger than 200 gallons, but I think the FX6 is supposedly rated up to like 250 or something like that, but I just wouldn't do a canister filter like that on anything bigger. But, you know, a 120, a 130, a 150, something like that, an FX6 is going to be plenty. I don't think you need to do a sump on any tank, realistically. I think a sump is the best thing, but I don't think you need to. I really don't think anybody needs to do how I do my filtration. And canister filters are plenty good. I mean, they just really are, you know, especially these days. I mean, come on. It's almost 2019, right? It's pretty dope, right? Let me see. Adrian Castillo Jr. I got a Shrimp King tank for Christmas. I'm excited to escape it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited that I don't have a Shrimp King tank. I've literally eaten dinner at Chris Lukup's house in Germany, and I don't even have a Shrimp King tank. So, am I a little jealous of what you got going on? Yeah, but it's one of my Christmas presents right here. Can't really be that jealous. I've got sriracha coffee. And it's green on the inside. I like that. Oh, did you guys see my coffee ring in there? Oh, it's a good look. It's a good look now that we're broadcasting in 4K. If anybody wonders, yeah, I'm pushing 4K broadcasting. It won't let me. YouTube won't let you. I think it's 2K. I think 2K is the minimum or something, or the maximum. But we're broadcasting in 4K, and it's only using... Here's what's crazy. So the new computer right here, I'm still running my editing program in the background. I've got two Googles open with 16 tabs probably on each one. No, this one only has 6. Okay. A bunch of other programs running too. And we're broadcasting 60 frames a second, 4K. Is what I'm broadcasting. It's probably not sending you guys 4K signal, but that's what I'm broadcasting right now. And it's only using 43, 44, 41, 49% of the CPU right now, which is amazing. That right there, that's a good deal. Dan Slee says, congrats on the Threadripper, which I was just talking about. You're going to love the cores and threads for rendering, especially at that speed. Yeah, I really am. I really am loving the Threadripper. I need to somehow get in contact with AMD and be like, sponsor me, bros. I will go to the ends of the earth for you guys. I will spray paint AMD on my truck. I don't know. I'll probably just end up ordering the parts. We have to I think we'd have to get to like 500,000 subscribers or something like that before AMD would actually even return my emails. So we're a little short. I'm happy to say we are well over the 21,000 mark, but I think we're pretty short of like 500,000. I'm not a math wizard. But it feels like the gap in between here and 500,000 is the gap between 0 and where we're at, and the gap in between here to 500,000. It feels lopsided in one direction. But that's all right. Like I said, credit cards are a thing. Can you see my nose hairs and everything? My nose hairs are out of control. So that's life. That's all right. When I was at Aquatic Experience, somebody told me I had really bad skin. And I was like, thanks. Good times. Yeah, I got some zits, bro. What do you want me to do? 38 years old, almost 40. Been to the dermatologist and stuff. What do you want me to do? What else do you want me to do? They're like, hey, do this, do that, and I do this and I do that, and that's life, right? So, good times. Good times at the old Aquatic Experience, New Jersey, right? Let's see here. Hi, Dan and Pam. Well, hi, Dan. Oh, I didn't even notice Dan Squires had just gotten here. Dan Squires posted the Patreon page. Yeah, and big thanks to everybody on the Patreon. Mac B says, I got you open on my new 4K 50-inch screen. Ooh, Jackson's got me up on the new 65-inch screen. That's gangster. I like it. Well, T. Riddle was just kidding, yes, but I do have crazy nose hairs thanks to my dad. That's just life. And, I think the funny thing is like, you don't just get a nose like this. I've had my nose broken like 6 times, something like that. I think the last 3 times I said it myself. One time, somebody hit me in the face with a big branch. It's like a ghetto street baseball bat. It was very dark out, and I was hiking home one night, and I think the guy was trying to rob me, basically. And I think he thought if I came around the corner and he just hit me with a stick in the face, it was going to knock me out. And it didn't work. But that was, I don't know if I think that was the last time, which I think was a while ago. No, it might have been, I think it might have been, I don't know, where was I? I don't know. I don't know. I've had my nose broken so many times, so I feel like, it being so, like, out of alignment and all that kind of stuff that, like, if I got a little bit of nose hair growing out of it, like, and it still breathes good, I'm happy. I'm glad I don't have to, like, go get, like, the turbinates taken out or anything like that. Last time I went to the doctor, I had him look up there and see what was going on, and he's like, yeah, it's pretty damaged, but your pathway is still good, so... Like, all right, screw it. That'll be fine. I'll just wait until later and the damn thing falls off, right? Mark Dibble says, I don't see any specific reason then. Frustrating. Are you buying from a store? Ooh, let's see. Nathan, he's answering a Nathan question. Let's go back and we'll make it more public here. Really liking that picture in progress in the background. Oh, yeah, me too. I wish I had more time to work on it, but that's scheduled for 2019 at this point. I drip acclimate for about an hour at 1 drop per second. I don't drip acclimate anymore, but then again, I don't get stuff in the mail anymore. But I will say, like, having worked at a reef store, saltwater store, whatever you want to call it, for a long time, we'd get the saltwater shipments in, and we didn't even drip acclimate any of those. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't drip acclimate any of the saltwater shipments coming in. It really, the biggest thing that we did was we'd basically, we'd go through and we'd open bag by bag and just just douse them in prime. And that was pretty much the best way to go. So we'd get them in. We'd make sure that their kind of temperature would be up, high enough. Oftentimes we'd have to like float them in the sumps and stuff to get their temperature correct. And then we'd open the bag, douse them in prime, let them sit there and kind of detoxify for, about 10 minutes, something like that. And let them, they throw their waste. They do all that kind of stuff. And then, scoop them and put them into the quarantines from there. So that was kind of one of the things I thought was interesting, that, a store bringing in that much those many reef fish at that price and all that kind of stuff was, we weren't drip acclimating, and, we just really didn't have any losses or anything like that. So I just kind of went with the, like, shoot, man, this guy I'm working for/with, whatever, like, he's putting his money on the line, and it's working fine. So that's pretty much the way I go about it now, and I just haven't had any problems. But at the same time, I don't get shipments of fish in. And if I do get shipments of fish, it would normally be in conjunction with the co-op. So I would normally, like, have, they'll land them there, and then Rob, the guy that works for Corey, he's his big manager man, who, by the way, if you've ever met Robert, he's awesome. Like, he's super cool, dude. So they would normally land him there and quarantine him and throw a little bit of, ICX and stuff like that with them. So works pretty well. Use tweezers to pull the long nasal hairs. It works. Oh, you must be back. You must not be with the live chat right now, but yeah, yes, I know it's what I do, but that's life. MP says, I have 45 with thousands of red cherry shrimp. All I did was grow tons of algae on the back and change 20% of the water every 2 weeks. Yes, that is a perfect example of how to cherry shrimp. Yep. Just be careful with how big your colony is getting. If you really do have thousands in a tank that small, you need to really start moving some of the cherry shrimp out of that into other tanks. Maybe sell them. Do whatever you can. Because if the colony gets too big, you can really collapse the colony, and that sucks. That is a bad day for everybody. Remember that shrimp are, as a matter of fact, they're a food source out there in the wild and stuff like that. So if you're not mitigating the colony, doing something with them, they will, and I don't have the scientific reasoning to explain exactly what happens, but basically you're going to run out of food and stuff like that, and they're just going to end up accidentally culling themselves, basically. So it's just the circle of life. Oh, we just got demonetized by Disney. Oh, man. Anyhow, speaking of demonetization, let's go to the video. Let's go to the video. Oh, did it start at the beginning? Oh, my gosh, it started at the beginning. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out, you guys. Should I make myself smaller or bigger? There we go. I'll just move myself into the corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Nobody! Oh, did I? Yeah. Oh, shit. Sorry. I just scared the baby. Whoops. She's not crying. She was like, what the hell? Oh. Well, hopefully she just thinks it was a loud fart. It was a loud fart, baby. Relax. I'm an idiot. We have a baby here. Stop yelling. Let's see. It's just one of those things. Oh, It's Nature Man says, I have nose hair, earwax, gray hair, and my teeth busted out with a pipe fixed and busted again. I feel you. I'm 32. Yeah, it's just I know there's a lot of people that watch this channel that have had some very similar life experiences to mine. Very colorful, we'll call them. We'll call them very colorful life experiences. And so I know there's a lot of you out there that know what I'm talking about. What's that? I'm just giggling at the baby. Oh, she's giggling at the baby. Okay. I got the door open today, so I can hear stuff from the other room, and it's a good way to live life. I'm into it. Let's see. Dan Slee says it's like rabbits in the wild. They go in cycles of boom and bust. That's right. You gotta cull some of those shrimp down and make sure that they're not culling themselves. So that doesn't mean you got to kill them or do anything crazy like that. But I find a good way to cull them is to sell them. You know, sell them to a local store or something like that, or Craigslist, Facebook post. You know, Spacebook posts. Always good times. Always good times to be spacing out on the space books while you're supposed to be doing water changes, right? Do your water changes, folks. Hold on a sec. There was a thing I was supposed to be doing, and I don't know where the thing went. Where did it go? It was sitting right over here. We've lost it. I was supposed to put a thing with a thing, and I lost it. It's all right. Avery Hill says, Joel, I love the channel, but I was wondering why for as long as you have been doing it, have it not grown faster? Avery, you know what? I don't really have an answer for that. I'm generally speaking one of those people in the world that I'm a love it or hate it person. You know, it's been the reality of the reaction that I get from most people throughout the world is just either you're like, it's very rare that people are just kind of like, but it's either people like it or hate it. I would welcome some more growth or whatever. Like I'm happy. I love it when new people come in and stuff like that. But I haven't really, I don't know. Why hasn't it grown faster? I haven't done a very good job. That's probably why it hasn't grown faster. Let me just start over from my explanation. I haven't done that great of a job. If you look at some of my old videos, they suck. They're terrible. And people watch them and they go, this channel sucks. And you miss the one opportunity to get them to join in. I could take all those videos down, but the stubbornness of me means that I'm like, I think there's value to those old crappy videos. And I think that there's value to those old videos in the form that anybody that comes along and sees one of my brand new videos and they go, man, this guy's like, you know, he's got like a nice camera. He's like editing it. It looks pretty good. Oh my God, he's got some music in there, blah, 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 right? There's no way I could ever do that. At the very least, they could go back and look at the old stuff and go, man, I could make new stuff, or I could make stuff like that and work my way up to where that's at too. But the bigger reason that I leave that stuff on there is that there's a lot of videos on there where I'm really drunk, I'm really messed up. And as you guys know, I've been sober for 1,690 days today. And that's the main reason why I leave stuff up there. I'd like to remind people that there is a way that you could change your life, that you could make your life easier for yourself. I have ups and downs. I get depressed. I get happy. I get sad. I get blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But there's an easier way out. So I leave that stuff up there as hopefully an example to somebody that could go, man, that guy 8 years ago was a freaking disaster. And nowadays, it's not that bad. Right? So that's probably the main reason why I leave that stuff up there. So I have close to 900 videos, and I wish that we would grow faster, but wishes are useless in terms of, battling reality. So the reality is we grow the way that we grow. We would love to get some shares and that kind of stuff and see if we can't bring in some more people from around, but it just seems to be a big task for a lot of people to make that happen. You know, I'm involved in some like Facebook groups and stuff like that are, for smaller creators to like help give advice and stuff like that. So like Team Green Alliance would be a good example for that's like a small group of like people that are trying to make fish tank videos and stuff, and they need some help with advice. They need help with advice with their YouTube channel, like maybe they're starting out and they're like 500 subscribers and stuff like that. But I'm also a member of some groups that are just straight up YouTube groups. So it doesn't matter if somebody's vlogging or this or that, the other thing. And one of the conversations that came up a little while ago was in regards to Peter McKinnon. Like, people were like, where did Peter McKinnon come from? What's the deal here? You know, and one of the things that Peter McKinnon did was he would send out every single one of his videos to every single online, like every single website. He would send it, he would email every person at every website that he could think of that may or may not host his videos. So some of his videos, like early on, got hosted on, you know, certain websites. And I don't want to name any specific website, but, you know, it's stuff like big news websites or like Vogue or whatever. You know, I don't know exactly which ones he was on, but that's a perfect example of, that's how you see that kind of bigger growth, is that those shares were from, you know, like Steve, who worked at the website or whatever, and put that stuff up so it was allowed to get out to other people organically. You know, YouTube doesn't necessarily want to share your stuff. They don't want to share those videos. They don't want to do that kind of stuff because they're not motivated to do it. You have to think that, you know, somebody with 10 million subscribers, yes, is way in front of anybody else as far as YouTube's concerned. And there's a limit to how much they can really promote all these channels and stuff. And that's just the reality of the business. So sometimes you get promoted, sometimes you don't. But I always ask the fans and stuff, like, if you guys really want to help promote and stuff, then for you guys, it might just be 30 seconds of going onto Facebook and being like, hey, here's a thing with a thing, and there's my buddy, and I like him. Or you can send an email to your buddy, or you could do whatever. And maybe yeah, maybe no. I don't know. That could be a thing. Couldn't be a thing. I don't know. It is what it is. 54 Punchy says, hold on, where did it go? Alvin Alejo said, you closed the baby registry. I wanted to get something else. We need computer parts. No, just kidding. We closed the baby registry because we don't want anybody to accidentally order baby stuff when she's already been born. And everybody was super generous. You know, everybody was so generous with buying stuff off the baby registry that it was like, hey, man, we're good. We ain't greedy or nothing. Like, we're doing rad. And, yeah, thank you very much to everybody that contributed. Loved it. MP says, having my first child at 38 was the greatest thing that happened to me in my entire life. My daughter saved my life. Well, I got a daughter and I'm 38, so what up now? Yeah. See that? That's a correlation there. What is that? It's not correlation. That's not the right word I'm looking for. I'm thinking about similarities or something. Something about similarities. I'm going to move on because I'm having a brain fart. Sorry. Okay, well, let's talk about... let's not talk about YouTube or computers or any of that kind of stuff. Let's talk about some fish stuff for a little bit. As you guys can see, I'm doing some maintenance on the 240 here. This is a 240-gallon planted aquarium. It's got a sump on it. Yes, I'm injecting CO2. Yes, I am using... I'm using a Fluval 2.0 and the Fluval 3.0 on this aquarium. That's the main lighting. Substrate is a giant mess of all sorts of stuff, and I am really considering rescaping this thing. I'm really considering it. I'm almost just going to I'm almost to the point where I might want to just take the substrate out and rescape this thing because I'm having a lot of troubles really trying to keep up with my water conditions that are going on in here. I've got a lot of crazy substrates in here. To be brutally honest with you, I was trying a couple of experiments, and I'm not going to publish with air quotes. I'm not going to put up a video about some of the experiments that I'm doing because they did not work out well. And to be honest with you, I don't normally want to publish some kind of experiment that I'm doing because I feel like somebody else would do it and be like, I could pull it off. And I'd be like, let me just stay away from that. But I can say, on the live stream, basically what I was doing is I've mixed way too many substrates, and I'm to the point where the substrate is the substrate has really gotten to the point where it is changing my water column and just creating a real haven for algae. So between my water change water, so my base water that I start out with, and in conjunction with this giant mixture of substrates, I'm just pushing too hard to try and get past it. Now, plants are doing pretty well. I am, like I said, I am fighting a lot of algae and stuff like that, but plants are doing well. Things are going fine. So that's where I'm clinging to the, like, maybe I don't have to. But I think I'm probably going to send an email to Fluval and be like, dude, do you guys want to re-substrate this thing? Because I'll be brutally honest with you guys, I'm not looking forward to buying this much substrate. And one of the big reasons that I have the huge mixture in here is just because of availability and just how much it costs to actually put substrate in a tank this big. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot. You know, the total like footprint of this is 16 square feet. So you start to think like how much that is. So it starts to add up significantly. T Riddle says I need a 3.0 nano light. I posted a link right there into the chat. Inventory 15 is the code. That link in the chat will take you to the Aquarium Co-op. That's our affiliate sponsor. He's got 15% off everything right now for like the next 2 or 3 days or something like that. So if you're going to try and get a Fluval Nano Light or something like that, believe you me, head over there and get it now, because I don't think you're ever going to see 15% off the price that it's at now. You might see 15% off, but I don't think it'll be at the price that it's at now. It'll probably be higher, more expensive. Dan Slee says 15, 17, and 19, almost there, and welcome at the Ultimate Fish Keeping Show. I like it. You are almost to that point where you're just going to have kids forever. I mean, some of them might move out, but watch out, some of them might move back. I know a lot of people that got their 50-year-old kids move back, or 40-year-old kids move back, or 30-year-old kids move back. I don't know. That's not in the cards for me. I would sleep in my truck, which I've been there. I've literally been there. I didn't even think it was an option to move back in with my mom. I was just homeless for however long I was. You know what I mean? Let's see. Nathan Kota says, what light would you use on a 10-gallon to grow dwarf hairgrass? I have a cheap Amazon light that's hardly cutting it. I think I would personally get that Fluval Nano light. I'm using the Fluval Nano light on my refugium on my reef tank. And is it the brightest light in the world? No. It was pretty nice as a one-piece unit. You know, it has the timer and everything built into it because you can hook it up to Bluetooth on your phone. You can kind of mess with the spectrum a little bit if you like. I really like that Fluval Nano light. It is pretty cool. The only issue that I have with it is that I wish they made like a bigger version of it, because I would get one of those. Like if they made one of the Fluval Nano lights that was like 4 of them all in one unit, like however many lights is in one, but they made it with like 4 times the amount of lights on it, I would buy all of those. I would buy all of those lights forever. I wish they make that. Fingers crossed for some weird reason watch this stream and it gives them an idea to make it. I really doubt it. It's 122 people here, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Just imagine if we had 122 people share out the video. What would that do? What if we had 122 people email it to Fluval? That'd be pretty rad. We'll see what happens. I definitely would get an email back from them. Year Best said, I had my oldest 31 back for about 8 months last year, but he's out on his own again. Yep. So that happens sometimes. You know, we live in a weird world. We live in a weird, super expensive world, and that's just, kind of how it goes sometimes. Let's see. Dan, as soon as Corey announced the sale during Christmas stream, I went there and they were out, but they will get them back in stock. I will use the affiliate link for show. I'm not sure if they have them. I'm not sure if they have them in stock. They might have them back. I would double check. because they might have them back in stock. I'm not sure when things come in and out of stock, which reminds me, I have to go up there and get some of the CO2 manifolds. They came back in stock, and I could not stop yesterday. I couldn't make it to the actual store yesterday to pick those up, so I do have to make a trip up there. Maybe I'll take my lady and the baby up north and go grab those over the weekend, or then again I'll be there next week, so maybe I'll wait. And you guys won't get the rest of the CO2 video. I still need to shoot the part where I put the manifolds together because I don't have the manifolds yet because they were out of stock because you guys bought them all. You know what I mean? T. Riddle, let's see. John Bedker says, Substrate is crazy expensive. I spent $250 on Eco and Stratum when I set up the 120. Yeah, that's about right. Let me see. Where's my Stratum link? I have a Stratum link in my Amazon store. I just have to find it. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. We got to click around on some buttons here. Is this the thing? Where am I? Whoa. Oh man. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys a story because I think I hear the delivery outside. It might be here. I'm not sure. But yesterday I had the front end of my DeWalt impact drill. It will not hold a bit to save its life anymore, and it's making this crazy clunky sound. So I had to buy a new drill. And I realized I have a ton of work to do this weekend. And yes, I have a backup impact drill, but the last thing I want to do is break my backup impact drill and then have to spend a ton of money going to a store to actually buy them. So I did order a new one today off of Amazon, and that's like a super drag, $130 down the drain. That happened yesterday. That was pretty wild. Let's see. Where did my I don't know. I can't seem to find my link. Let me see if I can find it. Ooh. Oh, that's not the one. It's in here somewhere. This might be it. Oh, it's all super expensive right now. Let's see. $42.89. Where'd that one go? Oh, yeah. That's all that same link. Yeah, I think right now this is the best one on Amazon. It is free shipping, but it's going to be ground shipping. But, you know, $72 for 2 of the big bags, that'll get you pretty far. Because I think realistically, I think the 120 took 4 bags of Stratum. I think the 120 took about 4 bags of Stratum to get it fully done. And I think that's kind of what it would have been. Which isn't that bad. I think that's only like $140. I guess that's a little savings off of the $250. But, yeah, nowadays, I just think it really is, I think it really is 100% the way to go. Just some good substrate. I just make the $150 commitment and just do it. I mean, I spent $130 on my impact drill. Obviously, my impact drill makes me a lot more money than Substrate does for being able to do work, because I use them every well, I was about to say every day, but I use them quite often, and maybe not every day. Some days I take a day off and try to not build something. Yeah, it's definitely a tool that I 100% need. So, but it sucks that it broke, man. I was building these pretty cool cabinets yesterday that I'm kind of excited. I hope beyond hope that I do get to make a whole bunch of them, because I think we might have to build like 60 of these cabinets, and to be really honest with you, I would really enjoy spending like, 3 or 4 days just building those cabinets, however long that would be. 2 days, I don't know how many I could build in one day. I think it took about an hour to make one of them, hour and a half, something like that, but I was only making one, and it was the first one. So I think if I get more assembly line stuff, I could probably build more of them. I don't know. Who knows? Nathan says, I'm really torn between putting a pea puffer or cherry shrimp in a 5.5 gallon. I would put one pea puffer in a 5.5 gallon. It's just kind of a nightmare trying to keep shrimp in a tank that small. I mean, you could do it. I mean, it's certainly doable, but I mean, you're just looking at a lot of maintenance and upkeep and constantly paying attention to it, which, I mean, let's be brutally honest here. Nobody here is really doing that crazy meticulous attention of like, I'm going to top off a half a cup of water today and make sure it's absolutely perfect. You know, like there are days where we're super busy and stuff and you just don't do anything with it. You know, I was doing those 8-gallon Fluval tanks for a long time, and it doesn't seem like that's that much bigger, but it's a lot more water. You know, when you're thinking about 5 gallons up to 8 gallons, you know, that's 60% more water volume, so it's pretty wild. Fish Tropic says, if you guys can't get enough of watching a handsome man cutting his bush, hit that thumbs up. And yes, I read that before I read it out loud. I had to read it out loud because it's too funny. That's a damn good, that's some damn fine sense of humor right there. It's just funny. Dan Squires, if you can't keep the cherries going, you probably won't have much luck with a puffer. Keep trying with the shrimp. Well, I think like one pea puffer in a little tank like that is pretty fun, honestly. It's pretty interactive, you know. Alyssa Bentley said, what's the difference between an impact drill and my handheld electric drill? Well, if you have a rotary type drill that just goes, right? There's 2 types of drills, impact and then I think rotary. Am I getting that right? I could be completely wrong. Oh, where'd my Amazon thing go? Oh, here it is. What's the other kind called? Let's see. Well, I think I accidentally put the wrong... There we go. Yeah. Wait. What? Where'd it go? Oh, I guess I could have got the cheapo ones and got an extra. So, lithium drill driver, impact combo. Let me see here. Oh, I guess I could have got 2 drills for the same price, but that's not the same drill that broke. The same drill that broke is... Where did it go? Let me see here. Let me see. See, I was almost wondering that I might be able to get the $99 one, but this is not the same impact drill that broke. This is like the smaller one, I think. Or maybe it's not. Crap. Maybe I could have gotten it for $99. But anyhow, let me just before I make a show of me surfing the internet, I'll put that link in there. So that's an impact drill. Hopefully you can look that up and decipher the difference. So maybe I could have saved a couple of bucks if I'd ordered the $99 one. But I don't want that battery, and I mean, I could have used a charger. Chargers are always good. But I don't want that battery. That's a tiny battery. It's a little dinky battery. Useless to me. Useless to me, tiny battery, which... All right, hold on. Let me see which one I ordered. Where's my orders? Hello. There it is. Okay. It's like I'm acting like I'm hard of sight, but it's more like I've got my glasses on. I can see, but... The reality is of me just going like, huh? Let me see. Here's the one that I ordered today. It's the actual XR one is the one that broke. So I'm going to see if I can get it fixed. I mean, if I can get it repaired, maybe I'll sell it to somebody for, $50 or something and make $50 back. I don't know. We'll see. There is a DeWalt repair place in Seattle, so I'll be able to go to that. Malini Victor just showed up. What's up, Malini Victor? You're late. The show's almost over for today, but no worries. It'll upload as a video, and you can check it out later. MP, I had a well-established tank that I stopped cleaning the glass, took out the fish, added 20 cherry shrimp. I know next to nothing about them, and they are thriving in water that's 150 TDS tap. Yep, that MP, that sounds about right. Cherry shrimp do like, they like minerals and stuff in the water. They do. I wouldn't put crystal shrimp in that water. You will probably have some problems, but cherry shrimp like some minerals in the water. They like things there. They like it that way, so that's not going to be a big deal. And they like more 7.2, 7.4 pH. They want a little bit higher pH, a little more minerals in the water and stuff like that. T. Riddle, wish the stratum came in a powder version with the smaller granules. I do too. I wish that the Fluval stratum came in that powdered, small, tiny version myself. But yeah, I don't know. I hope that they do that type someday. They used to have a plant version and a shrimp version. And the shrimp one was smaller. The shrimp one was much smaller than the one that they have now. But, Okay. We've come up on the end of the show. I don't even feel like I've even mentioned anything of value. I hope you guys had a good time at least, because it is Friday. We might as well have a good time on a Friday. If you have any continued questions or stuff like that, post them in the comments down below. I do the best I can to answer every single comment, or at least throw a like on there so you know that I read it. You know how it goes, man. If you still have questions or whatever, whose question got missed? Ultimate Fish Keeping Show. Message retracted. Joel, what substrate do you prefer, and what do you think of using stratum for a faster way of doing a planted aquarium in a more economic way rather than spending a lot of money? What? I prefer Fluval stratum is my favorite. If I had to pick one substrate, Fluval stratum, for a planted aquarium, for a shrimp aquarium, for even probably a freshwater aquarium. I don't even understand why you would have a freshwater aquarium and not have plants in it. But obviously, if you're going to do like a hard, high pH cichlid tank or something like that, that's a whole different story, and there really is no question on what substrates to put in. But as far as a planted, a shrimp, a freshwater plants, anything like that, I go with Fluval stratum. ADA aqua soil, the Amazonia is pretty good. There are a few others out there, but those are the two that are readily available. I mean, just to be honest, those are the two that you can actually get a hold of. There are some weird brands that I've dealt with over the years that were pretty good too, but those ones are really available and you'll be able to find them. So I would definitely go with that. As far as it being a cheap way to set up the tank, I find it to be the most economical way is to do something like stratum, like ADA, because you're not going to be screwing around with a bunch of other nonsense down the way and spending a bunch of money down the road. I just say suck it up, start it out with the right thing, and just go the right direction. It's like this computer right here. I could have built a much cheaper computer, but I had to suck it up. I had to buy the more expensive, better parts to be able to build the thing that I actually am going to use and be able to use for a long period of time. I could have bought cheap parts, made a cheap, crappy computer, and then been like, oh, this one sucks, and same kind of deal. I did that many, many times with Planet Aquariums, trying all sorts of experiments to try and save money. And cut corners might be the wrong word, but I definitely was probably cutting corners to save money. And it's just going to be the best route to go is just to get the right stuff, get it set up from the start in the correct manner, and go that way. It's going to be the best. Michelle Angel just showed up to say hello, and well, thank you for saying hello, but we're headed out the door, so you'll probably just close the window or whatever, but I'm still going to say thanks. Thanks for showing up. Don't forget to share it. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to like and share and like. Chad Krotz and Pete Berlinski, thank you very much for your super chats today. And we're keeping it super mellow around here. We didn't get any new Patreonizers to the show, so no shout out to any of the non-new patronizers. We didn't get any new ones. And did we? Nope, we didn't even sell anything from the co-op. So cool. We keep it nice. We keep it easy. Fridays are the easiest way to hey, we just had a show. We did a thing. Maybe we learned something. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we had some laughs. I don't know. Hopefully it worked out. And, yeah, maybe we didn't get demonetized this time. And that'll be cool. But either way, between Chad Kratz and Pete Berlinski, that's all we were probably going to get paid from YouTube anyhow, so they might as well demonetize us. Anyhow, love you guys. Have a great weekend out there. Don't light any fireworks off your balcony or do any burnouts in the middle of the road, and I'll go ahead and find this button over here, and I'll talk to y'all later. 4K makes it obvious when I'm moving my eyes around and saying